If you've ever purchased a Glock 19 Gen 5 in 2025 and used it for concealed carry or on duty, and you went to a course where you had to conduct a one-handed reload off of your belt and you sent your polymer plastic rear sight flying through the air because it couldn't survive a simple rack off of a hard object, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, The Average. This PSA cheap saber thing has metal night sights, video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is I'm going to be giving you a little bit of reality, a reality check. And I'm going to be discussing what should and should not be a cultural norm in the firearms community, a hive mind that simply does not exist outside of Reddit. But I'm going to be talking about the normalization of Glock OEM handguns, shipping them with plastic polymer sights. This is a problem. I'm going to read to you guys some prices, average, pulled for the comparison for the competition on the market, and I want you guys to use this video as a test bed to discuss why this is the case. And before you get down below and say, well, Trench, don't you know they're trying to save the user money because they're going to upgrade it anyway? Now just think about this. What if they just came with metal sights out of the box? So that way you didn't have to upgrade them. That way they didn't come flying off the gun. That way when you conduct that one-hand reload, they don't shear off the gun on the very first attempt. That way that one time the gun drops onto a hard surface, the plastic sights don't come flying off. How about we set the standard to what it should be rather than saving the customer a couple dollars because they're, and I quote, gonna upgrade them anyway. Hear me out. Why don't we meet everybody else on the market and do exactly what everybody else is doing, Glock, and release the product with proper sights, right? Here's a saber. Oh my gosh, metal sights. I don't necessarily even care about the night sight application. I care about the metal, okay? I need to be able to rack this gun off of objects to be able to get it back into battery through one-handed, okay, one-handed manipulation. That is what I need to have happen. What I cannot have on my Glock 19 OEM with polymer sights is have to conduct a one-handed reload and have those polymer sights come flying off. So this PSA dagger, metal sights. Oh, this is going to make the internet super happy. This M17, right? The internet hates it. The internet hates the P320. Rightfully so in a lot of cases. But guess what? What you're seeing here is metal sights. And this thing has been torture tested to a high level. You can see the front sight here has even impacted a steel target at high velocities, allegedly. And it is still on, it is accurate, and no issues with these metal night sights. You're seeing the rear sight. While it is loose from a torture test that has just been conducted, because I literally racked it off of a steel target and off of my holster hundreds of times and off of a AR-500 steel target, it is still on. I have deliberately slammed this thing into targets, slammed this thing into the earth, allegedly, slammed it onto the ground, and it is still on. That is the competition. Shit, even this absolute piece of trash T-Sauce Raider has metal night sights. Metal sights that I can use to rack off an object if I had to. Even this trash 1911 T-Sauce M45A1 Colt wannabe, even this gun has night sights. Let me list off some other guns that have night sights. So for roughly $550, you get your Glock with sights that are unusable. For $509, okay, and YouTube moderator that is watching this, I am not selling anything. I am reporting facts. I'm not selling anything. I'm not citing anything. I'm simply reporting the facts. Here's the facts. For $550, you get a Glock that is unusable with unusable sights. For $509, you get a SIG M18. This is an M17. Regardless of your thoughts on it, you get a SIG M18 with metal night sights. For $580, you get an M&P Smith & Wesson 2.0 with metal night sights. For $580, an M&P 2.0, ready to rock and roll out of the box. And if you want to be bougie about it, for $750, you get an FN 509. I'm going to put away the iPad of truth and leave you with this. Stop the copium. Stop it. The Glocks are a great gun. They're a great gun. But You should not have set the bar to such a low standard that when you get that gun out of the packaging, you're expecting polymer sights. You should have metal duty rated sights on the gun. So if a PSA, which is the fact that we're having to compare Glock OEM to PSA is embarrassing. All of the Glock fanboys should hold Glock to a higher standard. The fact that PSA has metal night sights, the fact that this T-Sauce Trash Raider has metal night sights, the fact that the SIG has metal night sights, emphasis on metal. I don't really care about the night application. I want to be able to rack this thing off my belt and have no issues and get the gun back into operation. The fact that these guns have appropriate sights and the Glock does not is a serious problem. So, at this point in the video, I'm going to turn it over to you. Get down below and let me know, should Glock do better? Yes or no? Should Glock do better? And are you kind of turned off by Glock? It is 2025, and we have Glock that are coming out of the freaking factory with plastic sights. Even the Palmetto State Armory fanboys are getting yet another win for their guns because they have metal sights. So, you guys let me know down in the comments below, is this a major L for Glock, or are you going to continue to defend them to your death, even in 2025 when you have plastic sights on your duty-rated gun? And don't get down here saying, well, they're going to replace them anyway, Trent, so might as well cut costs. How about we give them metal sights out of the box, and then they can mount whatever red dot option they want in whatever manner they want on the gun? How about we do that instead? How about we meet me halfway and we do it right the first time? How about that? You guys will let me know down below, I'm sure. Get ready to battle the Glock fanboys because guess what? Even though this gun works 101% of the time, at least my sights don't come off when attacked at a high velocity with steel targets, okay? They have every excuse to come off and they have yet to come off. Think about that. Okay, guys, that's a lot of talking. Get down below, do all the stuff. Donate to the ammunition fund. Buy a Safariland duty holster with the links down below. I will link it because guess what? If you don't have retention on the gun, it's not your gun. It's our gun, okay? So donate to that down below if you need a level 2, if you need a level 3, whatever you need for your work or LARPing or, Minuteman needs. You guys do all those things down below. Thanks for being here. And until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average. What is the standard and why are we not enforcing it on Glock? Video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Cheers.